You're good.
All right, what's your name?
Sam Sterling. Is that the first question?
No, it's a bonus question.
Sweet.
So the first one is, should the U.S. allow religion to be a factor in its political system?
Oh, I don't think so, no.
Okay. And the second one is, should the U.S. integrate a system where the majority leader in the Senate is the president, kind of like the UK, instead of having individual candidates run?
That's a good question. So would we elect the representatives that elect the president?
Yeah.
It's kind of like what we already have.
It's similar.
Very similar. I don't think there'd be that much of a difference, but I think us voting for the president would be a bit more appeasable for the broader U.S. population.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Going to begin. Good.
Yeah.
All right, what's your name? Brandon. Okay, and should the U.S. allow religion to be a factor in its political system?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Sorry.
All right, and then the second one is, should the U.S. integrate a system where the majority leader in the Senate is the president, similar to the UK, instead of having individual candidates run?
No. I'm not sure.
All right.
It's all good.
All right, tell me when to begin.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, what's your name?
Trevor.
Okay. Should the U.S. allow religion to be a factor in its political system?
As me, I would say like no, because it's gonna be like another tug of war. Like in politics, gonna be separation, but I think it just should stay like as separate as a church. That's my opinion, because that's gonna cause a lot of like difference, like still like a lot of stuff, like war between like this politics and religion. So that's what I think.
All right. And then should the U.S. integrate a system where the majority leader in the Senate is the president, similar to the UK?
Could you repeat?
Yeah.
That one's hard.
Yeah.
I don't want to answer that.
Okay, that's
All right. All good.
I'm going to begin. All right. What's your name?
Simon Anderson.
Okay, and I have two questions for you. So, do you think the U.S. should allow religion to be a factor in its politics and government?
I do think that religion should be a factor. I think it's going to change like the way somebody goes about like making decisions for their government, and like if it's going to be something that the people want versus something that like they want or the person in their religion wants. So I think it does play a factor. I think it should be taken into account.
Okay, and then the second one is, so currently the UK, they elect their prime minister through the party majority leader, and the US currently doesn't have that system where just individual candidates can run. Do you think that should be implemented or not?
Where I don't quite understand.
So, the U.S., so there's like a party, right? The Republican Party or the Democrats. So instead of having individual candidates run from that party, if you just have a party leader and that party gets elected, then the party leader would become president.
Well, I like that. I think that could be a good way of running things.
Okay, sounds good.
More group involvement rather than variability in what people are doing in their party.
Sounds good. Thank you.
My name's Joe Real.
Okay, and I have two questions for you. First, should the U.S. allow religion to be a factor in its political system, like Iran, or should church and state be separated still?
I still feel like they should be separated. So
Okay. And the second one, should the U.S. integrate a system where the majority leader in the Senate is president, similar to the UK, instead of having individual candidates run?
I still feel like individual candidates should still run.
Okay, thank you. Okay, what's your name?
Damian Brown.
Hey, Mom.
And my first question is, should the U.S. allow religion to be a factor in its political system like Iran has, or should it be kept separate, like keeping church and state separate?
That's actually a hard question. Honestly, I don't know how to answer it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's very, I don't know.
It's all good.
And then the second question is, should the U.S. integrate a system where the majority leader in the Senate is the president, similar to the UK, or should it be kept the same as how it is where individual candidates can run?
This is a it better in UK?
That's up to you to decide.
I don't know that much about the UK, so
That's good.
I'm gonna say if it's better, I'm gonna say better UK.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You're good.
All right. What's your name?
Monday.
Okay, and I have two questions for you. So the first one is, should the U.S. allow religion to be a factor in its political process?
I think I think that this is I have very complicated opinions on this. Like, I think that it's okay, but not to the extent that it is. Like, I think that it's okay for people to, like, for someone's religion to, like, influence their own, like,
Thought process?
yeah, their thought process, but I don't think it should be, like, central to the decision making in our government.
Yeah. All right, the second one is, should the U.S. integrate a system where the majority leader in the Senate is president like the UK has, or should it be kept the same like how we have now, where individual candidates can run?
I think that if the question is, should we have started this that
Yeah,
way?
should that be a process? Like, should we implement that?
I think that because the way we do it is very entrenched, I think that it would just be like too much effort to change it.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
My name is Beebe.
Okay. And my first question is, should the U.S. allow religion to be a factor in its political system?
I don't think so, because people have different beliefs and it shouldn't affect like everybody, because people really have different views.
And the second one is, should the U.S. integrate a system where the majority leader in the Senate, kind of like the UK, is the president and not having individual candidates?
I don't think that. I feel like we should have individual candidates because it just makes it diverse and you see other people's views.
Yeah,
All
sounds
right,
good.
yeah.
What's your guys' names?
Faith, Adele.
Okay, and my first question is, should the U.S. allow religion to be a factor in its political system?
No.
No? Okay. The second one, should the U.S. integrate a system where the majority leader in the Senate is the president, like the UK, instead of having individual candidates run?
I don't know if that's necessary because the president doesn't really have that much power anyways. I agree.
All right,
Thank you. Tell me when to...
you're good.
All right, what's your name?
Michael Mitchell.
All right, so my first question is, should the U.S. allow religion to be a factor in its political system, or should we keep church and state separate still?
I think we should keep it separate because not a lot of people are affiliated with like any religious beliefs and stuff like that. So.
All right, and the second one is, should the U.S. integrate a system where the majority leader in the Senate is the president, similar to the UK, instead of having individual candidates run?
I don't know. That's a good question. I feel like, well, this is my personal belief. I think each state should have its own authoritarian, its own controls that one state, but relies on a higher power for like funding and stuff like that.
Yes.
So,
Sounds
Well,
good.
thank you.
All right, thank you.